Okay, hello everybody. We're on my 6th page of the Dino Sorcerers. Um, and I'm actually kind of wondering if I should do that as a gradient. I'm looking at... It's not a gradient right now, but it could be a gradient, easily. And how do we do it as a gradient? Okay, as an experiment, let's make this a gradient. Okay? We're going to use select just the orange color. Where is it? Just the orange color, hopefully nothing else. The orange color background is separate from the pink and teal color. Cut and paste. Okay. Now, you can see I've got the orange color on its own section right here. I'm going to take that and I'm going to chop about how about the central circle right here, and I'm going to cut and paste that onto its own area. So now I've got this like little circle area right here, so you can see that that piece kind of jigsaws into there. So we're going to take that and we're going to change it to a yellow color. I could even maybe a green color even, but let's do yellow. Let's do yellow. And you're just going to drop it in. Oops, wrong part. How do I get it in there? Okay, I can see it's on the other side of her arm, kind of. There we go. And it must be just down here. All right, now we're going to take... Haha. This is where it gets tough. I was thinking of taking this, putting it back together with the other piece. So I think the way to do it is you choose Gaussian blur. And you move it up this way. And then you take the other side and you're going to Gaussian blur that. To where you think it looks right. Now the problem is, of course, it bled into the other panels. So we're just going to chop all that off. It went outside of the lines. This is more or less an experiment. We're just kind of goofing around. But I think it's going to create something interesting at the end, or at least I hope it will. Okay. So what if I take these two and I mix them together? Can I Gaussian blur that? It's just those two, right? Yeah, it's just those two. Gaussian blur. That's kind of a cool effect right there. Kind of a soft airbrush look. And of course we had the same problem where we went outside the lines. That's alright, we can fix that. Actually, I'm kind of liking where it bled into the other panels, but I don't like it in the gutters. So I don't mind bleeding some orange over into this other gradient that I did. I really don't like digital gradients at all. And here I just made one. That's what this is. Oops. But we're gonna see if we can get it to a look that we like. Completely amateurish look. Now I did a hand blended gradient here. This guy here, oh, you can't really see it. You can see my even my brush marks are in here, And it gives it kind of a nice watercolor look. I do like gradients that look like that. I like to be able to see the brush marks. And it has a more natural look. It's not a perfect circle, you know. Here's what I was thinking of doing, is taking this and then maybe even try to halftone it. Yeah, that actually looks kind of cool. Okay. That's pretty neat. The only problem is it kind of bled over into our central figure, but we can fix that. But if you look closely, look at that. That's a cool effect. Oops. She should have this sort of pink look still. I don't mind for feathers or even her dress look slightly different. I think there's like a lot of things that you want to try every once in a while to change your look and feel and style. Let's go ahead and change her arm here. Now there's one other cool effect. It's super digital looking. It's called it's the glitch filter. It looks very cool. They use something similar effect on in the recent Miles Morales movie, the Into the Spider-Verse. You know, when they went from world to world, the world that Gwen was native to had kind of a sort of digital Instagram painting look to it, and they used an effect that looked very similar to me to the Procreate glitch filter. Just like it. I really like this. I like this kind of sunburst effect. That's very cool, and the way it worked out. The only thing I don't like is it's overrunning my... Oh, I see why, too. It's in... We've got to put it in multiply mode. There we go. So we can get our black outlines again. Now that looks cool. I like that. Let us go back into painting this bottom panel. And I think we're only going to go for just a couple more minutes, and then I'll stop the video and I'll continue painting. I've been doing coloring later at night lately, kind of in the evenings. And the schedule change has been kind of good for me. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, I see the problem. I'm on the wrong... Alright. I should really be doing this character down here on this layer. I could have just grabbed it and moved it, but we had just started, so it's easy enough to fix. There we go. And Silura is colored. Let's get her outfit. It's like a light blue. It's this teal color. The reason I've been grouping all of the characters on the same layer, and I might have to just kind of fold them all into the same layer, is I do have a plan to knock the opacity out of the layer, or at least, you know, lighten it up a little bit. It's kind of dark, saturated. And what I was thinking of doing is kind of just lightening the saturation a bit. And I still think that's a good idea. I could do it over here as well. Well, it's already done over there. Okay, we're gonna do it over here just a bit. Okay. This is all looking pretty good. All of this power around Silura, I think her powers are going to have kind of a purple look. Or maybe not a purple look, but I want to definitely make the background purple. It's a dark background. And let's just check here. Yeah. Whenever possible, I try to make the background separate from the figures, just in case we want to adjust those two layers separately. So it's like we're going to leave the figures one layer, you know, one level, and then we're going to do the background another level, and it just makes it easier if you do it that way. Some people will literally do a new layer for every single color, which I don't really believe in. I was doing it that way for a while. It is not that useful, at least for me. Okay. I noticed some tones that escaped. Oh, and then there's some problems over there. Get back to my purples. Okay. Yeah, this purple is a good color. I can't remember what comic I pulled this off of. It might have been a Hulk. A very colorful Hulk cover that I adapted the palette to. You know, but in general, if you like the look of an older comic, do the palette trick, and you know, you can at least get colors in the same range. You might not get the exact same colors or formulate them the same way. Like there's this whole science of getting the Ben-Day dots and, you know, mixing the cyan, the red, and the yellow. And if you don't have time, if you don't have time for that, and I don't know if anybody has time for that really. You can still get a pretty cool effect by approximating them. We actually may take this purple. and put its own layer so we can do a similar trick that we did here, but just to do like a light gradient. We're going to do maybe some white light coming out of it. You know, because she's using her powers. Ooh, there's a problem. Okay. There is a problem. Okay. I just realized I don't have my bubbles done extremely well here, so we're going to have to color that by hand. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Another choice I was thinking about is this white outline around the figures. It's a choice. I mean, they use it in Sonic. They use it in kind of the late era Sonic stuff. Terry Yardley used that effect, and it's a cool effect. I mean, it looks very cool and funky, and this comic was definitely inspired by Sonic. Oh, shoot. This is going to be tough. She's partially on and partially off. So I think at this point, the smart thing to do would be to just move her completely off and reunite the figure with the other figure. Okay. Nope. Alright, so now when she disappears, everything disappears. And that means when we grab the purple, we'll be able to gradient it and do kind of a similar trick that we just did here. Or a similar trick to this one up here. I like the hand-done one as well. I'm pretty much a noob at coloring, so all these tricks, I feel like I'm kind of inventing them on the fly. They're probably well-established tricks at this point, like something that other people have already figured out and they're already doing. But for me, it's like every single step I take feels very new, you know? Because I don't really know what I'm doing. Alright. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to have to do a gradient trick on this bottom panel. I think it'll look cool. Alright, and if it looks cool, do it. That's what we say. That's our policy. Something happened here. Oh, I forgot his gun. Gotta paint his gun as well. We're at the 20-minute mark. Let's skip to the end. Here's my idea. We're going to take this big purple panel, and you can see it's got this white area in the middle. We want to make a gradient or like a burst effect, like a, you know, so we can see it looks like she's using magical power, which she is. And I think that will look really good. I think it's definitely going to be some kind of blur, like a Gaussian blur, or even just what's the other one? I'm getting about a million Discord notifications. All right, here we go. Remember to turn my Discord notifications off. Alright, here we go again. Just drop it in. Boom. It's quick. The stars going on. So here's the technique. We have all this purple. It's all on one layer. The figures are on separate layer, so we can just grab freehand. Grab it, 3 fingers, cut and paste. Now we've got it on its own layer from selection. We take that layer. Can we gradient map it? Breathe. Nope. Gradient map it won't really work because we have to give it 2 colors. So that's not going to work. Instead, let's give it a Gaussian blur, my original plan. Gaussian blur. Actually, I really like this saturated color that it's getting. And it leaves this kind of white outline around the figures. And then we could take it and let's just drop it back a little bit. Multiply it. I could reinforce the whites around the edges. Might be a cool idea. Or, alternate plan. What's the glitch look like? Don't like the glitch. What's the halftone look like? Actually, it's kind of fun if you really go extreme on it. Hold on. Around the edges of this. So we're going to leave this on its own layer. I'm half-toning the edges. And then I'm going to cut back in the white lines. And we'll see what that does. I don't like where this went though. Alright, we're gonna experiment around with this. This says yes, it's for fun. It's for fun, funsies. So here's what I was thinking of, just cutting in these white lines. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and there will be more of the Dino Sorcerers until we get to our page 8, which is the end of this comic. And we get right back into it. Yeah, this is looking cool. Hope it doesn't look too Photoshoppy. Want it to look kind of mental. Alright. Talk to you later.